Picture this. You just finished a huge project. We're talking weeks, maybe even months of your life. Late nights, the whole thing. And you are very happy and genuinely proud of yourself for something that you have accomplished. Yeah, you're walking back to your desk feeling really good, and then a coworker stops you and they smile at you, and then they say, "Wow, I'm so impressed. I didn't expect someone like you to do so well on this." That sounds like a compliment, right? But it feels more like a punch to your gut, that little jab, that little hidden edge of surprise. This is a classic backhanded compliment, and it's designed to make you feel small, while the other person can just simply claim that they were just being nice. Now, most of us have dealt with this, and we deal with this with like an awkward smile, little laugh or something. We just kind of say thanks and then just walk away, only to replay that comment in our heads for the next few hours. And then you start wondering, am I being too sensitive? Did they really mean it that way? Should I have said something? Well, that cycle, it ends today. Because in this video, we're breaking down 3 savage but totally safe 4 work responses that will expose the insult, take back your power, and show people that you're not the one to mess with. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devin Bruce. I'm the founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy, and we help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And before we get started, please grab my free guide, 10 phrases every healthcare professional should know. It's full of practical tools and phrases to help you sound clear, calm, and professional in English healthcare settings. The link for that is in the description box below. Now, the power of a backhanded compliment is that it's very ambiguous. And because it's so ambiguous, it can really seep into your mind and start eroding your self-esteem and confidence. But the good thing here is that you don't have to start a war or become unprofessional in order to check someone in real time. You just need the right words. So today we're breaking down 3 savage but again, totally safe for work responses that will expose the insult so that way the other person will know you're not the one to mess with. These are designed to be handled calmly and confidently because the best way to handle passive aggression is unshakable assertiveness and confidence. All right, let's get into it. The first one is the seek clarification tactic. And honestly, out of all the 3, this one's my favorite. This one matches my personality. Because on the surface, it's non-confrontational, but in practice, it's devastating. Because the goal here isn't to accuse them, it's just to make them explain their own words. So, in order to do this, all you have to ask them is, "What do you mean by that?" Or if you want a softer version, you can say something like, "I'm not sure I follow you. What do you mean?" There's a few variations that you can use here. Just pick one that works for you. Now, let's go back to that coworker who said, "Oh, I didn't expect someone like you to do so well on this." You pause, you make direct eye contact with them, and in a very calm, neutral tone, just ask, "Oh, thanks for saying that. But I'm curious, what did you mean by that? You didn't expect someone like me to do so well." Now, why is this so savage? It's because you're holding up a mirror to them. You're just holding up their words and you're just calmly and nicely asking them to take a good, long look. You're not being emotional, you're not being defensive, and you're not accusing them of anything. You're just simply politely refusing to let that insult slide. This backs them into a corner with only 2 ways out. The first way is they can double down on that insult. They might say something like, "Oh, well, because your last project had some issues, so I was worried." Okay, if they do that, then great. They've just revealed their passive aggression was actually just regular aggression. The mask is off, and you know exactly who you're dealing with. 9 out of 10 times, they're going to choose the second option. They will backtrack so fast, they'll get whiplash. They might get flustered and say something like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant this way or that way. The project was just so challenging and anyone would have struggled, they will squirm. And there you have it. By asking one simple question, you forced them to clean up their own mess. You made them take back the insult and give you the real compliment you so deserved in the first place. They will know that you caught them and that you've taught them that you're not an easy target, all without raising your voice. All right, savage response number 2 is the agree and amplify method. This response is for when you don't even want to give them the time of day to explain themselves. You have zero interest in engaging with their negativity. So, this move is all about showcasing bulletproof confidence. You strategically ignore the insult part of the comment and just really focus and enthusiastically agree with the good part. These phrases that you can use are simple. You can say something like, "Oh, thank you. I'm really proud of it." Or, "Thanks. I've worked really hard to make sure it was a success. Let's go back to use our coworker again." And they say, "Oh, I didn't expect for someone like you to do so well on this." Instead of questioning them, you can just smile warmly and say, "Thank you so much. I'm really happy with how it turned out too. The extra research I did really paid off." Now, what makes this so effective is that it completely derails their passive aggressive train. Because let's be honest, they all know what they're doing. We give them passes because you don't want to be rude or sound rude or be difficult. No, they know exactly what they're doing. That backhanded compliment was meant to plant a tiny seed of doubt in your head. So this response, it does the exact opposite. It just confirms your own competence and success. You're essentially taking their comment, breaking it for parts, and only keeping the piece that serves you, which is the praise. So by completely ignoring the, "Oh, I didn't expect someone like you to do well," it makes it completely irrelevant. You're communicating that their low expectations of you are so insignificant that they don't even register on your radar. Your focus is on your work, your success. This level of self-assurance is way more intimidating to an insecure person than a direct confrontation. You refused to pick up the insult they tried to leave at your feet because that's their drama to carry, not yours. Okay, and finally, savage response number 3, which is the direct and boundary setting statement. Now, compared to the other two, sometimes being subtle just doesn't work. The first two tactics are great for the one off comments or people you barely see, or if you're new and that boundary hasn't been set yet. Those are great. But what happens when that backhanded compliments are coming from the same person over and over again, and you're now starting to assert boundaries? Because if you're dealing with this, when it becomes a pattern, it's not just that quick jab anymore. It's a campaign of disrespect and it needs to be shut down completely. Now, this third response, I will admit, it does take the most courage, but it's absolutely essential for setting firm boundaries and protecting your peace. The formula for this is you acknowledge the positive part, address the insult, and then state your boundary. So it can sound something like this: "Hey, I appreciate the positive feedback, but adding that you didn't expect someone like me to be successful is a slight. I'm very confident in my abilities. So let's run this back." Your coworker says, "Oh, I didn't expect someone like you to do so well on this." Take a deep breath, let your body calm down, don't get overly aggressive with it, and then you say that line. This response works very well for a few reasons. First, you start off on a good note, so saying something like, "I appreciate your feedback." This shows that you're being reasonable and you're not just looking for a fight, so it disarms them right away. Second, using an I statement to explain the impact. So it feels like a slight. Notice how you're not accusing them of trying to insult you, which makes people very defensive. You're just stating how their words landed on you. So it's really hard for someone to argue with how you feel. And then finally, you end the confident statement with a fact. "I'm confident in my abilities." This isn't arrogant. This is a reset. You're correcting their perception of you and drawing a very clear line in the sand. You will not accept praise that comes with the side of insults. Because at the end of the day, this is not about starting a war with someone, it's about ending one. It's about teaching people how you expect to be treated. This is especially important when there's a power dynamic. You're not complaining, you're just asking for better communication. You're basically saying, I want us to have a good professional working relationship. And for that to happen, this needs to change. The one thing all of these savage responses have in common is control. A backhanded compliment is an attempt to hijack your feelings and your own self worth. Each of these strategies is a way of grabbing the controls right back. You don't have to absorb someone else's negativity, and you don't have to spend your day trying to decode their hidden insults. And you definitely don't have to accept a criticism just because it's wrapped in a pretty bow. When you learn to see these digs for what they really are, it's a reflection of their issues and not yours. And you arm yourself with these calm, very strategic responses. You can handle these moments with total grace. You teach people how to treat you. And more importantly, you reinforce your own sense of worth because your confidence, it doesn't depend on their approval, and your success is not a surprise. It's the standard. So now I want to hear from you. What's the most memorable or ridiculous backhanded compliment you've ever gotten? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear them. All right. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I post new videos every week to help you build real world fluency in your professional life. So please share this with other non native English speakers in healthcare because I am on a mission to close the English gap. And if you want some more quick fixes, please download my free guide, 10 phrases every healthcare professional should know. It's jam packed with essential phrases that you use all day, every day in healthcare. The link for that is in the description box below. And if you liked this video, check these other ones out too. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.